You are not invited to my birthday party.
Haffis Monthly movie report.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode. Today we are discussing Swedish movies versus American movies. I saw 11 movies, so let's dig right into it. Number 11. Nithyanathan Karlsson's Permis. A lot of editing in this movie, and I'm surprised to see so much editing at a movie this old. This was back in 47, so that's impressive. Has kind of the same tone and music as old Disney shorts, and barely a red line that goes through the story because it's mostly like sketch-like. Was a little fun at some moments though, and it was nice seeing people play the accordion. But man, was it hard to keep my eyes open watching that. I was about to fall asleep. Number 10. Solitary Man. Horrible, but starts moving in the right direction at the end. Never gets to the point of a good ending though, which is frustrating. Number 9. Hellfighters. Has some interesting relationships and nice fires. But the story starts off with a silly accident that should barely happen to an amateur, and it happens to John Wayne's character that's supposed to be a super professional at a very much a specialist work, so it seems weird that he would make such a silly mistake. Not sure if I like John Wayne, actually. Might have to check out some other movies that he's in to find out for sure. Number 8. Ideal Home. Pretty sure I don't agree with the message this movie is sending out, but the comedy in it I found hilarious. This might be the second funniest movie featuring Paul Rudd that I've seen. Number 7. Fashan. Has some pretty brilliant comedy and some a bit cringy. Not superb overall, but has a real dramatical ending that brought me to tears. Good kind of tears. Now, if only there wasn't so much lying in the movie, because this lying stuff is, well, it's very cliche and it's very old, and I'm tired of seeing it in movies. It's not funny, it's not anything. Yeah, stop doing it, people. Number 6. Peanut Butter Falcon. This movie is far more interesting than it should be. Also, seeing the change in Shia LaBeouf's character throughout the movie is... that's good stuff. Also, you are not invited to my birthday party. Number 5. Min vän Oscar. Great movie if not for the last scene, which kind of leaves me with a bad taste in my mouth. Gets a couple of extra points for the cuteness of the seal and its eyes, and for the cute talk to the seal, or the cute way that people talk to the seal. Found out that they made a French version and a Swedish version when they made these movies, so now I kind of want to check out the French version. I guess that's the original because it comes from some book some Frenchman wrote. Number 4. Tårtgeneralen. A comeback story of sorts. I love it. It's about how an outcast can be a greater person than the general population of a town. Which is kind of sad. Number 3. The Painted Desert. A well-written story with a good message. Lacks something in audio and picture quality, but there is something to the simplicity of what you see on screen that makes it kind of captivating. Number 2, Mannen på taket. I like the way that things look familiar in this movie because it's obviously Sweden, and yet it has a kind of depressive look to it, probably because it's from the 70s. But there's also something nice with the look of the 70s, so kind of split on that. The action in the movie is good, and the dialogue is even better. So check it out. And number 1, Top Gun Maverick. Cool dogfights, training, and some emotional moments mixed with some great music from the 80s. What more can I wish for? Also, haven't seen Connelly since the day the Earth stood still, so it's about freaking time, I guess. And those were all the movies that I saw in... What month was this? June. So, how did the Swedish movies do against the American ones? Well, I saw 5 Swedish movies, and they were 497 minutes in total. And I saw 6 American movies that were 608 minutes in total. The average rank of the Swedish movie would be 6, and in reference to all my first views of this year. Yeah, these are all first views, by the way. I didn't rewatch any movies last month. So among the first views, they rank at spot 34 in average, while the Americans ranked 6 in average and 31st among the first views of this year. The average runtime of the Swedish movies ended up at 99 minutes, and the average runtime of the American movies ended up at 101 minutes. And the average year was 1980 and 1995. So, the American movies were slightly better, even though they were slightly longer and slightly newer, fresher. Because old movies are usually better, aren't they? Especially movies from the 80s, and that's what the Swedish movies averaged in. So that's a victory for the American movies. Next month, we'll not look into Swedish movies. Well, we might watch one Swedish movie or two, but we'll be checking out Pluto TV versus... Yeah, you're gonna have to wait for that one.